Dr. Inderjit Singh Ji, who is Honorable Vice Chancellor of Guru Angad Dev Veterinary and Animal Sciences University, situated in Ludhiana, Punjab. So, Dr. Singh, over to you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, all. I think my slides are visible.
Visible and audible. Please go ahead.
So, thanks for providing this platform, which is very important for cross-learning for all of us, I think. So, our institute was established in 2006. It started functioning from 2006. It has 5 constituent colleges and 1 affiliated college imparting degrees, 2 private diploma institutes of the university and 1 affiliated institute. Its accreditation from ICAR expired in March 23, and we applied, and we are expecting the PRT visit in this month, next week rather. So one is College of Veterinary Science, the other one College of Fisheries, College of Dairy and Food Science Technology, College of Animal Biotechnology, and this is the new college in a different location at Rampura Phul district, Batinda. Then we have affiliated college, Khalsa College of Veterinary Sciences, and 1 paraveterinary discipline. We have 3 KVKs located in 3 different parts. One is Mohali, the other one in Tarantaran, and the third one in Barnala. And 4 RRTCs, 1 on beetle goats, the other one on Sahiwal cattle here in Kaljirani, 1 in Niliravi buffaloes, and the last one that is under construction is at Sapamali, which is for integrated farming and multi-specialty veterinary hospital. So these are this is under construction at Sapamali. This is in Talwada on goat and fish farming also. And this is Kaljirani. We are working on Sahiwal cattle, about 200 herd we have there. And this is at Boo, where we also have a Tarantaran, we also have a KVK. So in ranking in 2017, we were 3rd, then 8th, 7th, but in 2020 from ICAR ranking, we were 18th. I think there was some changes in the scorecard, as we are also having changes in the scorecard for scientist evaluation also. In NIRF ranking 23, we were 21st. And research.com 2022, we were first amongst the veterinary and animal sciences universities of the country and 213 globally. These are different ICR projects that we have, AICRPs or network project, Murrah, Niliravi, as well as buffalo field progeny testing in Murrah, then field progeny testing in Frisbal cattle, then data recording for Sahiwal cattle, then goat field project, pig farm under AICRP, then poultry under PDP, drug residue and environmental pollutants, diagnostic imaging with IVRA as the lead center, animal disease epidemiology, NIVEDI, and enhancing reproductive performance under NINP administered project. So total MOUs that we have signed is 78. Between 21 to 24, it was 37. So total MOUs are with the national universities, international institutions, industry, and ICAR institutes. So these are the collaborators, international 24, and most of them are very, very active. We are having a lot of give and take and interaction and collaboration with these universities. And national, we have 30, in which very important ministries and even the institutions are involved. Then ICAR institutes with which we have some projects or otherwise for PG research, we have MOUs. And as you said last time that we don't have to have with individual institutes, so we will not go for any further. And with industry, we have very good partnership. They ask us for contract research, and our results are very kept in very high esteem. So everybody is eager to have interaction with our institute for getting anything that they want to be tested in livestock sector. So out of technology that we developed, 11 were commercialized and 6 we got patents, 3 were published, 3 are now published and another 2 are filed. Our total publication H index is 57 in 2019, it was 26 in 2024. Today it is 57. With the 330 total publication, out of which 240 were Scopus articles, and over NAS rating, if we call more than 10, it was 38. So total publication 2,971 since the university was made, and citations 25,000. Several awards were won by our faculty as well as institutions like KVK, etc., and students also. Our faculty in position, it is under state non-plan scheme, and some ICAR. ICAR is basically these our KVKs, and 61% of our faculty is in position, and 38% of our non-teaching staff is in position. Although we have recently regularized about 240 casual workers. So they are also working for the non-teaching positions. A majority of our teachers are assistant professors, and 33%, one third are almost professors. And 85% of them have doctorate and 4% have postdoctorate. Only 11% are having master's degree from our young faculty. We have a distinction that we have only 40% from Punjab, 33% from adjoining states, and 27% from rest of the states. So this is a very good distribution, and that is the hallmark of our faculty's competence, because we have the best faculty from across the country in all the disciplines. Gender-wise, 32% female, 68% male, and by age also we are quite young. Average age is 41.4 years. Then faculty trained under NAHEP and under university programs, nationally 124, under NAHEP 120. All these faculty were sent in 5 batches at the Indian Institute of Management, Amritsar. And international from university funds, 2 faculty got trained, and 34 plus 8 senior faculty under NAHEP funds. So total 55 faculty were trained in the last 3 years. And as far as academic programs are concerned, we have total capacity, sanctioned seats is 3,426. We have increased in the recent years many of these, including starting 2 programs. One is Bachelor of Vocation, Integrated Farming and Entrepreneurship. The second one is BTech, Science and Technology. This was started last year. We only have 5 students, and this we are starting this year. So here we have kept 25 seats in this. But otherwise, say BTech Biotechnology, we are not getting as many students, because many students are going to other private universities where they are catching them young, or they are grasping them as soon as they are out of the schools. And dairy technology, we have comparatively more students, but in fishery science also, instead of 120, we are having only 80. In veterinary science, we have full capacity, and you can see the 200, the difference between this is because one batch has just passed out. So that is not. So total out of nearly 3,400, we have more than 2,500 seats in position. And if you look at the male-female ratio, males are 63% and females are 37%. And Punjab domicile are 84% and 13% are from outside. But in doctorate discipline, you will see that our students, they don't go for doctorate. They, after graduation also, they go for abroad. And even in master's discipline, you also see that a significant proportion of our students are from other states. We have a very good strength of NRI and foreign national. So 75 students are on our NRI and foreign national. And many of them are also the wards of our university alumni. So this is the way in which our alumni are contributing to our university, because we are charging good fees from these NRIs. And that is a major source of our revenue. So in the last 3 years, we started 6 PG diplomas, 7 PG certificate courses. And one very recently, we started veterinary homeopathy, which is online with the international faculty also. We also take pride that we have 3 Center of Advanced Faculty Training in surgery, reproduction, and pathology out of the 16, 17 total disciplines of the veterinary sciences. I don't know how many of cats are there in veterinary science, but we have 3, and all the 3 are very competent. But unfortunately, we are not getting the grant for having these faculty trainings over the last 3 years. Last year, we got only in 1. This year also, we get only in 1 discipline. So I would request that other disciplines, there are also new faculty who wants to take these trainings. Short courses newly started were 11, 4 to 6 weeks. Then online short courses, 2 to 6 weeks also we had. And we also tagged with some industry for some of these courses. Then advanced training courses, we have 2, 3 to 4 weeks. Even those students who are ambitious of going abroad, they take up these courses because they have to pass some examination. So they take up these courses for clinical exposure. Then for teaching skills, we have different, this was the College of Veterinary Sciences. We, thanks to the NAHEP, under which we developed smart classrooms, virtual classroom, ICT-enabled tools, computer laboratory, CCTV surveillance across the university, very good quality cameras have been installed, safe disposal and management of waste. We have incinerators in our postmortem hall, and they are very well functioning. We also took teaching models, developed teaching model, animation-based teaching aids, and virtual repository of the YouTube, etc. We also have the unique Center for One Health that we established in 2020, late 2020, when we were through the pandemic of COVID. And in teaching, we are using all virtual augmented reality animal model simulators, 3D printing, like this joint, it is with the 3D printing. These are all printed with 3D printer. Then clinical, imparting the clinical skills, we have very well equipped hospital, particularly of the small animal, and also even for the large animal, you can see equine operations. We are perhaps the only university in this part which are doing these equine operations on a regular basis. Cataract surgery, ophthalmology, ultrasonography, different aspects of, we must have 12 different units of ultrasonography in different for different purposes. Then dental root canal treatment, then cap, making the cap of the teeth, C-arm image intensifier, digital radiography, orthopedic, minimally invasive bovine surgery, dentistry, all that we are undertaking. And since the university came, the number of clinical cases that our students are getting across has more than doubled, from 16,000 to more than nearly 34,000 last year. And the lab tests, we have made remarkable progress from less than 4,000 to 26,000. And in the last 3 years, we tested nearly 1 lakh samples in the lab. So this gives a total very good sort of, and our lab is very well equipped with all the latest equipments for at least 40, 50 different types of tests to be performed. Our livestock farms are also very modern, and our students get exposed to all the modern infrastructure requirements of a modern farm. I have seen that veterinary graduates, usually they were not aware of what are the management practices in large farms, because we were not teaching it. So we have everything from TMR wagons to comfort brushes to climate resilient sheds, modern sheds we can call them. The TMR, we have stationary as well as mobiles. Then we have line milking machines for 16, 17 buffaloes in one go. And we are using it with weaning from the day one. We are weaning in buffaloes also. Then College of Fisheries, we have very good infrastructure, about 55,000 square feet of G+2 building. This was also newly inaugurated a couple of years back. Then intensive aquaculture system, we are thankful to the Government of India, 2 departments, one mighty for establishment of automated aquaponic system, and then the PMMSY, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, in which the recirculatory aquaculture system and biofloc aquaculture system were established as resource training centers for not only for this state, but for the adjoining states as well. And you can say that this is our intensive aquaculture facilities, aquaponics, this is biofloc, and this is recirculatory aquaculture system, which are shown here. And this is ornamental fish unit, this is aquaponics, and here the fish processing also, the students are exposed to fish processing. Ours is the one of the most well-organized fishery farm, and our students, they are getting very good practical exposure in ponds of different size, different purposes, different type of feeding practices, or different type of species. And even here we have an integrated farm in which fish and duck farming is being done. We are also making one piggery unit here, so that pig and fish unit can be established. And these are those intensive aquaculture farms. This is for training center for our farmers who are visiting here and for the students. Then the other college is the College of Dairy Science and Technology. You can also appreciate that all our building have the solar panels installed on them. And this is our new hostel that is coming up. We have recently established a Dairy Innovation and Entrepreneurship Training Center, DITE, in collaboration with the Cooperative Milk Federation of Punjab, that is known as VERCA or MilkFed. And at the moment, its capacity is 25,000, where they will be having fermented milk products, dahi and lassi. And our student, in addition, we will also be doing testing for them, all sort of testing of the raw milk that they are getting and the produce that they are that is turning out of these things. Then we have started an innovation and incubation center. Our KVKs and our extension department and directorate, they made 3 farmer producer organizations themselves. So this was not farmer-led, but it was the farmers were encouraged to go into this thing. And in 3 districts, 2 at KVKs, Tarantaran and Barnala, and 1 at Ludhiana, whether it is for fish, and 2 of them are for dairy producers. And they are doing very well. Then vocational training from our Directorate of Extension and with the collaboration of different colleges, departments, KVKs, etc. 84 in different operations they were done. Then placements. This year, for the first time, we had a placement of veterinary graduates also. Otherwise, we were never going for it. But in order to encourage our students to venture out of the government sector, we called, and 8 of them came, 8 different organizations came here. And I'm very happy to report here that when I interacted with one of the company that came here for campus placement, I asked, could you find any suitable persons? Then he said, all of them. Or I asked, how many you have selected? He said, all of them. Because he said the clinical competence of your students is so far exceeding than anybody else. So I think that is because of the number of cases, a very active clinics, and the faculty that is taking lot of interest in our clinical departments for imparting education to our students. Then Directorate of Human Resource Management we have developed, and we have 100% placement of our students. The preference is overseas, followed by government departments of animal husbandry, dairy development, fisheries, then corporate sector. We have 37 entrepreneurs, but if I look deep into the data, I find that most of these entrepreneurs are from our diploma colleges, because they are starting their own private practice. And but the veterinarians, because they are getting in the last 2 years, they have got a lot of positions filled up. So our PG programs is suffering because of the more positions getting filled up. The students leave in between and they go. 2 our alumni associations are registered, and under NAHIP, we organized their two alumni meets also during the last 2 years. So placements, we have out of the 1,369 students who passed out during the last 3 years, we have data for 1,240, which is 91% nearly. And out of that, higher education, 12% went for higher education. But you will see from 9%, 5%, this year it is 19.8%. Perhaps this data will go down in case the jobs come here. They will live in between, because we suffered in the last 2 years. We've suffered because of that they left the higher education in between and went for the job. Then teaching researcher appointments, very rare, and I find only 1%. And that's why our representation in North is also very, very low of our GADVASU and Punjab domicile people. Entrepreneurship, we had very low, but in the recent, as I said, it is mainly from our paravets. I was thinking that it is the effect, and I wish that it is the effect of our NAHIP project, where a lot of emphasis was there on the development of entrepreneurship. But some students have gone there, fisheries, they have taken up in fisheries, and they have earned very good profit in that. So overall, 9.2% we can say. So government job, you will see that 51% have gone, and 61%, 66%, and 30% who are enrolled, who passed out during 2023, they have also got government jobs. Private jobs, 17, 11, and 11%, total 13%. And abroad, these are apart from the NRA and foreign nationals. 3.6% of our students, 49 students in all, who passed out, they went abroad during the last 3 years. So apart from that, those NRI who are themselves NRI, non-resident Indians, they are not included in this. So placement is really very good. We have a small land holding of 282 acres. And under the fodder cultivation, we have only 130 acres. We are buying some maize from outside for making silage. And with that, we are having very good rotation for our livestock farm, that we are only feeding silage to our lactating herds and most of the herd. Outstations, we have 180 acres, and I would like to bring to the notice of Honorable DG Sir that, sir, one of the KVK is at Mohali. Mohali is just adjacent to the Chandigarh, which is capital of the 2 states and union territory. And that is very precious land, worth about 250 crore or more. And if we have not yet got the funds for building of that KVK, and already TOR core committee is already working on that. When we have not received the fund, how TOR and core committee should be there and why it should be there, I don't know. I couldn't understand that. But my request is that these funds should be released at the earliest, because otherwise it is very, very costly land, and we may have to lose this land from our system. Then our herd is also, our livestock farms is also very well equipped with, very well stocked with the livestock. We have 412 Murrah and Nili Ravi buffaloes. Majority is nearly 300 is Murrah, and 110, 15 are Nili Ravi. Sahiwal, we have 227 at our regional station. Other cattle, HF, Jersey or Cross, we have 167, sheep and goat 334. And the major achievement under IDP, the major achievement that 102 capacity building programs and overseas exposure I have seen. Then climate resilient, we got a NFCC project under which climate resilient sheds were made for 5 animals, 10 animals and 150 animals across the state in 3 districts. Then under shrimp culture in the inland saline area, from 400 acres in 220, it is now 1,315 acres. And the most active embryo transfer technology lab we have, in which we have 108 calves are already born, 61 from Moet and 47 from IVF. Then in the clinical complex, we are giving different exposure, as I already said. And the improved germplasm that is being produced here, whether it is buffalo, Nili Ravi buffalo, Sahiwal, HF crosses, beetle goats, we have got very high fecundity of 3. And feed conversion of pigs is 3.1 and average litter is 10.6 and like that. So these are some research achievements that we have made in the recent years. And the milk production from our dairy farm increased by 51% with a reduced herd strength of 16% and reduced manpower of 20%. And we are supplying nearly 2 lakh poultry too. Then new initiatives, one was OI twinning project in veterinary education. This is the unique project across the world. This is a single project in which we are twinning with the University of Calgary. And taking a clue from this project, we also formulated the minimum standards of veterinary education regulations 2023, which were submitted to Veterinary Council of India. Then Center for One Health, Directorate of HRD, Directorate of Vet Clinics, they were made. And student ready program in the fish production. This is the cart that students sell fish after they are processing it. Then one dairy product innovation and entrepreneurship training center with Verka, milk fed we did, where they will be processing the milk and our students will get the exposure. And then DST sponsored the Innovation and Incubation Center at our university very recently in 2024 that will start functioning from the next month or so. And we also prepared a model Gaushala because stray animals are a problem for everybody. And we Rural Development and Panchayat Department, they funded us. And with that, we have made it as a model Gaushala, which will be learning for other. Then our lab we made a lab for COVID-19 testing, and which was the most versatile lab in the veterinary sector. We did more than 6.5 lakh sampling, up to 3,000 samples per day, and less than 24 hours was the reporting time. Our lab got approved by Government of India for lumpy skin disease and African swine fever. And we also developed tests for molecular diagnosis of animal diseases, RBST dope test, parentage verification, early pregnancy diagnosis, etc. Then in extension, we had Pashupalak Tele Advisory Kendra, livestock competition for dogs, Nili Ravi, goat milking, goat mela, etc. And farmer associations, they were either made or... Then in administration, we had delegation of powers to HODs, dean directors, University Act and statutes, they were made in one place and printed. The regular convocation, second, third, and fourth, they were held after 11 years, but regularly thereafter. Then we have centralized processing of medical bills, centralized departmental stores. Then rate contract we have discontinued because we found that there was a lot of issues in rate contracts, and now we find that we are getting the chemicals at much and kits at much lower rates. Then plantation, then employment of our own graduates in as soon as they pass out, we give them employment, 2 to 3 graduates in our veterinary clinics, milk plant, and we are also in the process of giving them in fish farm and livestock farm. Then we are regularly recruiting the faculty. A budget we are getting about 150 to 160 crores. This year we had 177 because the faculty got the new scales only from April 2023. That's why the state government we are getting only for the salary, apart from non-planned scheme, if there is any. But we had very good support of RKUI, which RKUI over the last 2 years they have stopped, which was even more, if you can see, appreciate. That is why even more than the ICAR contribution, which we are doing under different projects. And my request to Honorable DG is that please also write to the Ministry of Agriculture that animal husbandry and fishery component of research is under the ICAR, which is under the Ministry of Agriculture. So the research component of these disciplines should be continued to be supported by the RKVY. Then projects, we had different projects from different organizations, and you see again RKVY was quite significant amount for us. Then revenue generation, we had about average in the last 4 years was 43.5 crore per annum as compared to 23.7 crore before 4 years before that. And you can see in one of our experimental dairy plant, from less than 20 lakhs, now we are 202 lakhs we are producing, because more than 20 new milk products were launched. Milk dispatch to cooperative plant was totally stopped, and we are processing that same milk here. And we had 47th IAUA Vice Chancellor's Convention, National Academy of Veterinary Sciences Convocation, NABS workshop on transboundary viral diseases, animal nutrition, Indian Society of Veterinary Immunology, and Indian Society for Buffalo Development Conference in the recent years. And based on these, we also had several policy papers which were released by Honorable Minister, Government of India, Shri Rupalaji. And also we released the guideline on the antimicrobial resistance. So my request to ICAR that the RKVY grant should be initiated for the veterinary universities, veterinary research, because many health universities are also having veterinary colleges. Then converting a few, like we have 3 KVKs in 3 parts. So if we have, but their domain is only within that district. If they are given regional domain, we don't need many KVKs, but they should focus across that area in animal husbandry, livestock, fisheries. Then human resource. Sir, I would like to bring to your knowledge that recently when we are having interactions, we see that the graduates, definitely the postgraduates of IVRI and NDRI, they are having an edge over other universities because the cream is going there. But I was appalled to see that those who are graduating, who are doing masters in clinical department, they are also working on mice and rats. So they are not getting exposure. Their scorecard is very good. Then BSMA, I think anything like BSMA, that should have much wider input mechanism so that it is robust once we make it. And the development grant should be regular. This is our new hostel coming up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Singh. Very comprehensive presentation, and let me congratulate you for the excellent facilities which your university has developed over the years. I am very much impressed with the collaboration and partnership, particularly with many industries and also foreign countries. Your NRI students programs, I think this is something all other universities also can learn a lot about it. So many students and so much of funding you are getting, your good training and teaching programs. And of course, as you said a number of times about excellent clinical exposures, number of tests which you are doing. Placement is of course good, except in 1 or 2 areas, and your linkage with industry, as I mentioned, is something which all others can really emulate. And your administrative initiatives. This is something, I think all 8 or 9 points which you mentioned is very, very important. I'm sure this will really help in streamlining the administrative process. Your revenue generation is also good. Of course, you have given some suggestions to ICAR. Certainly, I have taken a note of all of this, to be honest. And then let's see how best we'll be able to do that. And I also appreciate that your BSMA concern and other concerns, something we shall certainly look into in detail. And then we shall try to rectify some of these issues over there. So, Dr. Saab, congratulations to you, your university, your students, and everybody for doing so good work in this very important areas of animal science, fisheries, and so on. Now, let's quickly take 1 or 2 suggestions, if there is any from our colleagues. Dr. Agrawal, if you have got any observation specific to the university?
Sir, this is excellent presentation, sir. Really, my compliments to Dr. Indrajit Singh, sir, for this wonderful work which they are doing.
Yeah.
And specifically, sir, the placement, if you see, they have shown 100%. If you remember, I always say 66% is the placement rate overall in the agriculture universities, which is very encouraging. If you see, if you compare with other universities, I don't think anybody can match this agriculture universities placement rates. Certainly, sir, this RTPI will write a letter through you to the Ministry of Agriculture for this. Now, one thing, sir, I just want to have a was very impressed, though there are many points. That was the farmers, the innovative farmers, and the very high turnover entrepreneurs, which are there with the support of this university. So can we have some of those farmers lectures also, or some 15 minutes, 20 minutes, either in this VC interaction meet, or separately we can organize, so that we can learn through those farmer entrepreneurs, which are having, I think, huge setup. I think more than 200, 300 crores turnover.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing separately, either of successful entrepreneurs, we can start a series, or we can have in this also that one farmer in one on one Saturday, whatever you think like.
Yeah.
So, and now last point is that I received a lot of letters from Honorable Vice Chancellors that for study in India portal they are having certain issues. And those issues was that it is not allowing if you are not accredited by the NAC, and if you are not having the NIRF ranking. So we have certainly raised this issue with the Ministry of Education, that for timing till they get the NAC rating, they should allow based on this ICAR ranking, or not ranking, ICAR accreditation, so that everybody can take advantage of this particular thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Agrawal. Okay, Dr. Singh. So once again, congratulations to you and your staff and students for really doing good, very good rather. In many areas, your university is really doing excellent in many areas.